I'm Pastor Diana. Welcome to a daily devotion. Whether it's your first time joining me or you've been viewing these for weeks, I'm so glad that you are taking a few moments to spend some time with God and with me. It is so important that we be learning and exploring how to be and worship God every moment of every day, not just on Sunday mornings. This week, we're exploring the theme of making an altar in the world. It's based upon the Barbara Brown Taylor book, An Altar in the World, which is filled with beautiful practices about how we can worship God every moment. Today, we're exploring the practice of paying attention, which is about reverence. Taylor writes, "Reverence stands in awe of something that dwarfs the self, that allows human beings to sense the full extent of our limits, so that we begin to see one another more reverently as well." I remember one of the times where I experienced overwhelming reverence. When I was in college, I stayed at my family's lake house for a few weeks by myself and with my parents. But one night, probably about midnight or so, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, I can't remember, I drove home from Jacksonville after visiting a friend and going to a concert. And I drove up to the lake house that was out in the middle of nowhere, and I parked my car and I took a chance. For some reason, I looked up, and the stars filled the sky. You know, I've always lived in a city where there's a lot of light pollution, but there in that moment, the sky shone so brightly that I began to see the world in a different way. You know, I could have just said, "Oh, that's cool," and went into bed. After all, I was tired. But instead, I went and I grabbed a chair and I went out onto the dock and I laid up and stared at the sky for probably a good half hour, an hour, just marveling at God's creation and being in reverence and thinking that God created me and the stars and all those houses around me. It was a powerful spiritual moment, and it wouldn't have happened if I hadn't have looked up and then said, yes, I'm going to pay attention to what I see around me and spend some time doing that. In our scripture lesson today, we also hear of someone who took a moment to see something and explore it, and that was Moses. Moses was out attending the sheep of his father-in-law, and he sees the burning bush. He could have just gone, "That's cool," but instead, he has to go and explore it. Let's see exactly how this is put in scripture. Moses said, "Let me check out this amazing sight and find out why the bush isn't burning up." Moses said to himself, "Let me check out this amazing sight." Moses decided in that moment to pay attention. And in paying attention, he had a powerful encounter with God, which changed his life and the lives of so many others. When we practice paying attention to how God is all around us, when we take a moment to say, "Let me check out this amazing sight," whether it's the stars around us or a loved one's face, when we pay attention, we see that God and God's work is all around us, and we can worship God every moment of every day. So my prayer for you is that you can practice paying attention today. And you never know where you might meet God.